For now, the time is 6:40. That yard sale happening this weekend, among a whole lot of other things in Central Georgia. Mother's Day, of course, as well. And thankfully, the weather going to be a-okay for that.
That's right. We just got to get there first.
Right.
And that's going to come by way of storms tomorrow, a couple of which could last into Friday morning. And before we get there, we've got heat on the way today. A live look over downtown Macon this morning. A temperature of 68 right now as the sun is coming up. Sunrise officially in about 2 minutes. But look at this. Later in the afternoon, we will pick up a small 20% chance of rain for the first part of the afternoon before that fades away later in the day. High temperatures today getting near 90 degrees. Going to be a warm one out there. It's 69 right now in Crawford County, 68 in Forsyth, 71 in Warner Robins, 71 in Unadilla, 69 in Cochran, and 66 over in Lawrence County this morning. The radar picture quiet for us in Central Georgia for the time being. Don't be surprised again to see just a rogue sprinkle or two later on this morning and into the afternoon. But look at this. Up to the north and to the west this morning, some storms over on the Tennessee-North Carolina state line. A tornado watch going to be coming to an end momentarily for Missouri back into Kentucky, and another one in the Memphis area this morning. However, later on this afternoon, expecting the main event to move through those areas. Look at this, a level 4 from Missouri through southern Illinois on into western Kentucky and into the Nashville area. A level 3 comes as far south now as the Georgia state line. And then here in central Georgia, we are clipped by a level 1 for the day today. That becomes a level 2 tomorrow, but we are just a small part of a much larger level 2 that extends from the far southern extent of New Jersey all the way over into Texas. Now, that level 3 you see out in Texas, that's driven by a hail threat. As for central Georgia, we're going to be looking at damaging wind threat tomorrow, mainly for the afternoon hours. Also a threat for some large hail. And then below the two of those, a brief tornado threat as well. So a low-end tornado threat across central Georgia. And that's all of us there in the level 2. So here we go today. Temperatures to 80 degrees by the noon hour and then scraping by 90 degrees. Expecting this to be the warmest day so far in 2024. Only a 20% chance of rain. Most people will stay dry through the day today. And even by 11 p.m. still hanging on to 80 degrees before we fall down into the 70s for the overnight. Now tomorrow morning about this time, we are going to have some rain in the area. That is not the main event. This is the main event here. By noon, 1 o'clock, going to be looking for a broken line of storms moving into central Georgia, becoming more organized as they move through. But I would not pay attention to the exact location of this because models typically have a hard time handling situations like this. This is 3 p.m. tomorrow, whatever we have moving down to the south by the dinner time hour. But then into the overnight hours, depending on how strong the storms are during the afternoon, we could see another wave of storms move across our area from Alabama during the overnight. That's 2 a.m. there, with everything coming to an end by the time we get to early Friday morning, drying out for Friday afternoon across central Georgia. So potentially 2 waves, the first tomorrow afternoon, the second overnight into Friday. That, of course, takes us to the weekend and looking at much cooler weather as a cold front slides through after we get the last of the rain out of here on Friday. 78 on Saturday, followed by 80 on Sunday. Look at these overnight low temperatures down into the low to mid 50s, looking at a pretty nice Mother's Day weekend here in central Georgia. As I said earlier, we just got to get there first. 90 today, and then a 60% chance of storms tomorrow, 40% for Friday morning. But again, after sunrise on Friday, I expect to be clearing out. That sets the stage for the cooler weekend. Then for next week, going to have some sort of organized system passing by to the south. That's going to bring with it a 20% chance of rain for Monday and Tuesday. High temperatures on Tuesday, back down in the mid 70s.